KiraWilliamsFitness.com, and today we are going to be talking about all of the things that I learned and got out of wearing a blood sugar monitor. So the chronic or constant glucose monitors are these little things that you put on the back of your arm, and they measure your blood sugar levels 24 hours. That's why they're constant. So you're not doing like the finger prick tests and just checking randomly. You get to see it in real time, but you also get to see trends. So you can see what happens to your blood sugar while you're sleeping. You can see what happens when you're out for a run or in an argument with somebody. You're not going to be checking it right then, but it'll be interesting to see, if it goes up. For me, I did notice that. So these are the 6 things that I got out of it. And there are going to be different things that different people get out of it, but these are my personal experiences of using the CGM and balancing my blood sugar. So I should also tell you, I also have a blood sugar mastery blueprint, and it's totally free. I'm going to link it in the show notes, and that will go over what blood sugar is, what insulin is, what the mechanisms at work in your body are. It goes into certain things that you might notice cause a spike. It will go into things that you can do to not get the spike. It will talk to you about why a spike is not necessarily what the thing that you want. So it goes over all into blood sugar management as a whole and explains it to you. So it's very easy to understand, and it's totally free. So download that if any of this stuff speaks to you, you're interested in learning more about your blood sugar, whether or not you choose to use a CGM. I do have a discount code for a CGM in that blueprint too, so look for that there. So the first thing is that I got out of managing my blood sugar is actually something that I got a long time ago, and I didn't even mean to. So it made fat loss really, really easy for me. About maybe 15 years or so ago, I read Tosca Reno's book, The Eat Clean Diet. And that book taught me how to A, portion control, and B, pair protein and carbohydrates. So before, I would just always eat like 1,500 calories a day or whatever, and I weighed 140 pounds. I don't know what my body composition was back then. I was a baby. I was lifting weights, but not the way that I didn't have the muscle that I have now. Muscle accumulates over time, as long as you're consistent in the gym and you push heavy. So I started pairing. So she would say eat 4 ounces of chicken and then eat 6 ounces of sweet potato and as many vegetables like green leafy, bell peppers, eggplant, squash, etc. Any vegetables in any amount that you want, and do up to a tablespoon of oil to cook all that stuff in. But before, when I was just eating 1,500 calories, I might eat, 1 minute I'm having a salad with chicken, and then a couple hours later I might have a 100 calorie pack of crackers or an apple. And then later I would have, I always did try and eat protein, but I never consciously paired things together. And that's what this book does. It's if you want to have toast for breakfast, that's great, but make sure that you also have eggs and also a source of fiber. So by pairing your starchy carbohydrates or fruit carbohydrates with protein and fat and fiber, it makes a really well balanced meal, so that way you're getting lots of micronutrients. But instead of just having carbohydrates, they break down in the body really fast, and your blood sugar goes up, so your insulin goes up, and it grabs the blood sugar and it shuttles it where it needs to go. But now you get a spike and now you get a drop, because the spike and then the insulin's and then you drop. But by adding slower digesting macronutrients, fat, and protein, and then also ensuring that you have fiber, because fiber takes a while for your body to break down. It doesn't even absorb it, but it takes your body a while to break those things down. Instead of getting this big spike, you're just going to get a gradual little elevation. Maybe it goes up a little more, but you don't want the big spikes, because then you get the bug drops. And when insulin is present, which it has to be, because when your blood sugar's up here, something's got to come get it, assuming that your body is working appropriately. If you have diabetes, then your body isn't creating that insulin. So you want the insulin creation, but when insulin is present and it's taking the blood sugar where it needs to go, when insulin is present, insulin is a storage hormone. You can't lose fat when insulin is present. So this is why this is the key to fat loss. And I went from 140 pounds to 100 and under 130 in just, I don't remember how long it was. I feel like it was just a few months, but I didn't know that I had 10 pounds to lose. I didn't even know that I could lose that, because like I said, I was eating in such a calorie deficit that I didn't think I could lose any more weight. But I did. And I actually ended up increasing my calories, because now I'm still, you're working that deficit. A deficit is necessary for fat loss. But if you can also layer in that balanced blood sugar, then that right there is the key to fat loss. But also, you got to lift weights too. And that's what really changes the body composition. But it made losing fat so much easier. Now in recent, that's more a long time ago, but recently, getting the CGM on helped me with my cravings, and I love sugar. Like, I love it. I currently, at this moment in this house, I know we've got pumpkin spice granola. There are these pumpkin spice cookies in there. I've got some pumpkin spice chocolates in there. I've got Reese's Pieces. I've got super sugary, I love sweets. Okay. But everything in moderation, right? So by balancing my blood sugar, I have less sweet cravings, because I'm not on that journey. When you spike and you come down, your body's like, I've got low blood sugar, I need something to bring it back up. And so you're going to start craving sugar. So by not getting these, I'm craving less sweets, which is super helpful, because I was eating like 100 grams of sugar a day. Now that I have curtailed, I'm back to like under 50, and some of that is coming from yogurt, because lactose registers as sugar. So I'm talking about just like not having like a tablespoon of maple syrup in my Greek yogurt. I'm still like, including that, I'm still only getting like 50 grams of sugar a day, where I was getting 100, because my cravings were through the roof. And it was consuming like almost a quarter of my calories every day. That a quarter of my calories are just going to junk food. So that doesn't feel good. So having more control over what I eat, because I'm not craving those sweets incessantly anymore, has been so huge, because then in turn, it improves my mood. So that's going to be my third thing. It's like my mood is better, because I'm not like peaking and crashing and peaking and crashing. And when you're crashing and you're so tired that you feel like you could just like stop dead in your tracks and just like lay down on the floor, that doesn't feel good. And when you have to work through that, it's not going to put you in a great mood, right? So not getting those crashes and not being hangry is such a mood, it improves our mood. And so that's one of the big ones for me too. Another one is less stress. So I'm not a super stressy person in life, but having that stress on the body of the peaks and valleys, and that feeling like I could literally just like pass out on the floor right now is very stressful on the body. And when we've got these massive stressors, whether they're emotional or mental or physical, that is elevating cortisol levels in your body. And that's fine. You know, we having some cortisol flowing through our body is not a bad thing. That's part of what wakes us up in the morning if we don't wake up to an alarm. That is, cortisol is great for fat loss. When I do metcons in the gym, cortisol is present, and that's helping me lose fat. So cortisol is not a bad thing, but we just don't want that cortisol flowing through our bodies chronically. We should get a peak of cortisol in the morning, and it should start, slowly dropping at night. And while it's dropping, our melatonin is ramping up. And so now it's nighttime and now we're tired. But if cortisol is ever present, then we're not getting that right balance with melatonin. And so it makes it hard to sleep at night. And so it's really helped with my sleep as well, because my cortisol is it's present when it needs to be. And so that in turn is going to also help my mood too, and give me more energy. And so the last thing is just not having the afternoon crashes, because again, it's all correlated, right? We're doing the peaks and valleys. So we're tired when we don't need to be. We have energy when we don't need to have it. We're not moody. We're not cranky. And then nervous system balance. That's kind of been a thing for me, as of late, just I can sometimes go to the gym, come home, not eat yet because I'm already sweaty. I want to take Frank for a walk. And now I'm starting to get low blood sugar and I'm getting like anxiety. And I come home and I'm just like, I can't put enough food in my body fast enough. And then when you shuttle just like a ton of food into your body, what's going to happen? Your insulin's going to come in and now you're going to end up crashing. So I just want to like give you this big synopsis of saying that when your blood sugar is balanced, it's going to affect your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health, all for the positive. So we have these tools and we have this ability to balance it all out. Why wouldn't you take advantage of this? It's really easy. Whether you do the CGM's dope because you get to see that information. But even if you don't have the ability to see that information, you can still pair your protein, fat, and fiber with your carbohydrates and get the benefits from it. And it's literally going to make every facet of your life easier and better. So why wouldn't you do it? Whether or not fat loss is your goal, or you want more sustained energy, you want to be in a better mood, you want less anxiety, you want better sleep, you want to feel more rested, you want to have more vitality. All of these things, blood sugar can assist you with. So like I said, get the free blueprint. It's literally free. Use some of the principles in it and feel good. Like I said, that's going to be in the show notes. So grab the link is there, download the blueprint. It's going to be life-changing. So, thank you for watching. Go download it. And if you have any questions for me, my information is in the show notes as well as the blueprint. So if you have any questions for me, reach out. I'm happy to help. Thanks for watching.